Hey y'all, welcome to Little House on Metairie. My name is Sandy and I'm so glad you are here. In today's video, we will do another spring marathon where we are going to transition our living room and our bedroom from Easter to spring. If this is your first time visiting my channel, this is our living room. It's a little bit more of a formal room. We do have a family room that we like to make more kid-friendly, but when I decorate in this room, I could be a little bit more traditional. So I like to start off right here decorating the fireplace mantle. It always just sets the tone for the season that we are in. So I am going to start off by removing all of the Easter bunnies and all of the baskets. Although I did love the baskets, I know some of you guys thought it was too much over the top, and I totally understand that. I have an idea in my head. I just have to execute it. It's just how I've always been. I'm not a in the box kind of person sometimes, and I think outside of the box. So sometimes my ideas end up being great and sometimes not so much. So this one was a personal preference for sure. Some loved it, some hated it, but we're moving on from that and transitioning into a spring. So to lighten things up, I'm going to add this set of candle holders to each side of the mirror. But instead of candles, I'm going to add these grass spheres on top instead. So as you see, I did decide to keep up the beautiful lavender garland and a wreath. So I have a riser that's also from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to keep it there. And I'm going to nestle this tall bird cage on top of it. I already have some birds that I decorated for Easter, and I'm going to leave them in there for spring. And next to the bird cage, I'm going to add this picture that I picked up on clearance at Hobby Lobby a couple of years ago. From what I recall, it was under $5. Since I had a lot going up here for Easter, I want to keep it minimal for spring, or as minimal as I am, because I'm not a minimalist by any means, but I do want to keep it just simple. So I'm just going to lay these lavender stems in front of the picture in a little bundle, and then I'm going to go get a white bird and just place it right here in front. So for fall and for Easter, I had place this basket underneath, and I did decide to go ahead and leave this basket out because I just thought it'd be really cute with some more of the lavender stems nestled here by itself. I took out all the eggs and all the extras. I'm going to make a bouquet out of all the lavender stems together, tie it with some jute rope, and just lay it inside the basket. So this video, I did not do any shop with me's. I wanted to shop my home, and I just wanted to remind you guys that you can absolutely create a beautiful room without having to go spend any money by shopping your home or just repurposing or reusing some of your old decor in new ways. So if you love transitioning your home from season to season by decorating, doing some fun DIYs, home projects, and aromatherapy blends and recipes, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you have been watching my videos for quite some time and have not subscribed yet, I really would appreciate it if you would hit that subscribe button, because it really does help my channel grow. So let's get back to decorating. We have lots more to do. Now that we're done decorating the fireplace area, I want to decorate the side table next to this chair. So I am a certified aromatherapist, and I love creating blends for my family, especially transitioning and making blends for each new season. And again, for spring, that is definitely a time to start new beginnings, and that includes a fresh aromatherapy blend. So the blend we're going to use today is called a Springtime. I am just using what is called a stock blend, where I pre-make all of my blends in a bottle, and then I can use them throughout the season, so that this blend does not have to be made over and over, and you can enjoy it all season long. I will put all the recipes to the stock blend, and if you don't want to make a stock blend, I will just put the exact recipe of how to drop the oils directly into your diffusers. But this blend consists of ginger, lime, grapefruit, and lemon, and it smells just like a spring breeze. So don't forget to visit the description box after you watch this video if you would love to make this blend for your home or your family. Before we finish decorating the end table, if this is your first time visiting, this is Belle. She is our black dog, and the white one is her baby, Daisy. So these are our precious fur babies, and I just wanted to quickly introduce them to you. So now that the room is starting to fill up with the beautiful smell of spring, I am ready to add this fleur-de-lis tray that I had bought 2 years ago for Mardi Gras at a boutique called the Royal Standard. I love that it has the beautiful fleur-de-lis all over it, and I knew that it would match perfectly right here because I still have a lot of gold accents that I'm going to leave in the room. So I'm just going to add these really cute coasters. I think I bought these from Hobby Lobby. And then I'm just going to add 2 remotes that we use often in this room. Now let's decorate the coffee table in the center of the room. I'm going to go ahead and leave out this basket with the moss inside of it. I'm just going to remove the eggs and the bunny. So I decided inside the basket, I'm going to move a bird cage that I had on our shelf, and I'm going to put it in the center of this basket. So I'm just getting a handful of moss because I want to add some of it inside the bird cage just to make this whole area cohesive. I want to use the same moss inside the bird cage that's already spread inside the basket. Other than the bird cage and basket, the only thing I'm going to add to the coffee table is 2 candle holders. So these were actually on our fireplace mantle for Easter, and I just made it look like the lavender had vined up and wrapped around each candle holder. So I decided to leave that here because I knew it would match really well with the lavender around the basket. And then I went and run get one of my kiddos extra blocks because the bird cage, you couldn't see, it was kind of sinking inside the basket. So I wanted to show a little bit better, and blocks are perfect risers if your kids have them. They're inexpensive, especially if they won't show too much. Now it's time to switch out some pillows and make it feel a little bit more spring-like in here. So I'm going to remove all of the Easter and the gold pillows, and the other ones I decided to go ahead and leave here. I knew when I bought them, they were on clearance at Kirkland's for $10 a piece, guys. I was so excited. They had exactly 4 left at our store, and I knew it would be a perfect pillow that could be transitioned from spring well into summertime. So on the couch, I like to put a little bit more pillows because it is such a long piece. So I'm going to go ahead and put back these pillows that originally came with the couch, and I'm going to add them. I'm not sure if I'm going to do them in front of this pillow or behind it, so I'm going to try both. And then I'm going to go get some beautiful lavender pillows. If you watched our video where my husband and I for our anniversary visited the old antique schoolhouse near our area that we live in, we found some beautiful lavender pillows, and I had used them in our bedroom for Easter, and I want to try them here for spring. I went once again, shop my home, because I used the pillow that I had in here on the couch, and I needed to put one in its place. So even though this one has bunnies on it, I think it's still subtle enough that it'll match well right here for spring. Now I'm ready just to switch things up a little bit on these shelves and this corner cabinet. So I have a lot of things that I am going to put away for Easter, and I will keep the spring things out. I went and shop my home again, and we're going to add some little bunnies here just because I don't have enough decor to fill this cabinet up. And again, I do want to keep it simple though. So I'm just going to wipe the shelves down because I haven't given them a good wipe down since Easter time. And then I'm going to put back this faux plant. So the little basket came from Walmart, if you watch my Walmart shop with me for Easter this year. And then I have these vases that were thrifted, and I think I'm going to go get a little lavender stem and just stick it inside. And then I'm going to put back this cute little DIY saying that was from some scrap paper that a friend of mine gave me. And then I'm going to add this cute little duck back. And then I'm going to go get another one of these lavender stems to stick inside of this vase. And I'm just going to kind of play around until I'm happy with how it all turns out. So if you can, try to ignore the paint color behind here. I actually have a to-do list of wanting to wallpaper this section, so that's why I never painted it. And this, believe it or not, was the color that I had painted this room at one time. I love the deep, rich colors of the New Orleans style homes, so that's what I was trying to mimic for a time. But for now, I'm going to just keep it as is until I have time to wallpaper it. On the top of the corner cabinet, I have these two baskets that were given to us for free, and I'm decided to go ahead and keep them out for Easter as well. I'm just going to take these bundles of lavender stems and bunch them together to create two bouquets to stick inside of each basket. So now we're going to decorate this end table next to the love seat. So I'm going to switch this frame. I had actually made this for Easter. A friend of mine gave me some scrapbook paper, and I just put it in this beautiful frame. And then I just added some lavender stems at the bottom and just pressed it in between the glass. And then I'm going to add this faux lavender plant that I bought from Walmart this year. Now let's decorate the entertainment center. I know it's a little outdated, but to me, the piece really fits in our home. So it's not a piece that I'm ready to part with yet. So we are going to decorate the top shelf first. And I'm going to take this basket that I had moved to the top, and we're going to just make a really simple display inside of it with a cross and some lavender stems and a little bit of moss. So before we add the moss and the cross, that rhymes, we're going to add these lavender candles that I bought from Michael's this year. And I had used them in our bedroom, and I thought they would match perfectly here next to the lavender stems. Now let's style these shelves. So I'm going to remove the baskets and the bunnies, and then I went shop my home and found a few pieces that I can add here instead. So if you didn't see my Decorate With Me for Easter, I will give a full room tour of the whole room when I'm done, including the tree. So I have left this tree out for 2 years. It's a beautiful balsam hill, and I was sad to take it down after Christmas. So instead, I decided to leave it up and decorate it for the different holidays and seasons. And for this year, I just used lots and lots of baskets because that was my theme in this room. So I'll give you a tour of that later. Now that I gave all the shelves a good wipe down, my dad passed away a couple of years ago, and this is a memorabilia picture that I have of him and that I like to display here from time to time. And then I'm adding back this exact arrangement that I had out for Easter. I'm just moving it to the middle shelf right here. And then next to it, I'm adding this cute brass bird. To this bottom shelf, I'm adding this beautiful picture that was actually my grandmother's, who is also in heaven. So I treasure these pieces so much that I get to use to remind myself of her home. I used to love her home. She had so many beautiful things and loved to decorate. Next to the picture, I'm adding this thrifted basket. I moved it from the end table to here and just added a few lavender stems. Now let's decorate these shelves. I'm just going to remove again the baskets and bunnies, wipe everything down, and then I'm going to just add back the books that I had at the bottom. I'm going to move them here to the center to be symmetrical with the other shelf, and I'm going to keep it exactly the same, except I just removed the tiny bunnies. And then to the bottom shelf, I'm going to add this set of vases. So I'm not sure where I had gotten this from, but they had some clear jars in it, and I went ahead and switched them out for spring with these green ones. So these bottles I buy from the Dollar Tree. You can get the different colors for each season. And then I'm just going to add a lavender stem inside each vase. On the top shelf, I'm going to leave this gold candle holder. I'm just switching out to a white candle. And this is one of my favorite LED candles that I buy from Amazon. So I'll link that below. And then I'm going to add back this cute little gold bird cage that I had out for Easter. So to mimic the other side, I wanted to add a vase on this side like I did with my grandmother's on the other. So this one was one I bought from Hobby Lobby. It was on clearance. As you see, it has filler up, but I always turn it around and it becomes the perfect vase for spring and summer. So I will link this tree if you are interested in a balsam hill. It's one of my favorites. It's tall and it's slender, and they usually have a great sale for spring and summer. Now let's tour the room together and see how it all turned out. In today's video, we are here back in the main bedroom and we are going to finish removing all the Easter things and just prepping it for spring. Without further ado, I'm ready to transition this room into spring. I want to take you guys along with me, so let's get to decorating. So if you watch my first transition from Easter to spring video, I did our living room and I did not want to go spend any money. I just wanted to keep it really simple, and I just wanted to show you guys that you don't have to go and spend a lot of money. You can shop your home or repurpose things or reuse things to prepare your home for each holiday. So that's what I wanted to do again. I want to continue that theme of not having to go buy anything new. So I just pulled a few things that I have around my home. I'm ready to take away all the Easter things, just do a quick spring clean, and then transition this room mainly for spring. So we're gonna start right here and just do a few changes. I have this peg rack that actually was from Amazon. It's one of my favorites, so I'll link it in the description box below, but I love to decorate it for each season. So I have a few things out that I used for Easter, and I'm gonna remove those, and I'm gonna pretty much keep everything the same up for spring. And then this is one of my favorite pieces. It was actually an old frame that we found at our home when we bought it. So one day I would love to give you a backstory of how we found this home and tell its story, because it's a truly amazing story how it all worked out, and I can't wait to share that with you guys one day. But in the meantime, we're going to take this down. I have another picture that I want to add up here instead. So I had this picture above a desk in the room, and I want to just go ahead and add it back right here. Now that I've added the picture, it has this cute brown sun hat. So I want to use this brown one right here. To make space, I'm just going to move the two scarves together and move the basket with the tulips down to add the hat. I'm probably just going to move this one. Let me show you. I'm just going to scoot this one over right here. So up here at the top of the armoire, I'm just going to take down the bucket with the flowers and use that somewhere else, as well as the clock. In its place, I want to put this white basket at the top. I had used this last year and I want to go ahead and use it again, because again, I want to shop my home and use what I have. This on top, and then just fill it with some florals. So I had this arrangement out for Easter, but I'm going to go ahead and reuse these stems right here inside the basket. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and take these out, and we'll move them to the basket. So I took the two stems out, and I'm going to just go ahead and just kind of drape them on the side of the basket. And that's it. I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm going to go ahead and retire the eggs and take off the table runner that I had used here. And I may keep this little bunny out. I think he's cute, and I think he'll still go for spring. So I'm not sure where I'm going to put him yet, but I'm going to consider keeping him out for spring. Now that that's clean, we're going to just decorate the top of it now. So I always keep these here in the corner, so I'm going to go ahead and keep them again. They're great for storage. And then next I want to add this cute hydrangea bucket. I bought this from At Home. It's one of my favorite places to shop, and I absolutely love it. I love it that it's in this little tin bucket, and it's got this little sweet little plaque sweet garden on it. So I'm going to go ahead and put it right here. I was thinking of putting a tray, but I did that last year, so I don't think I'm going to put anything. Like I said, we're just going to keep it pretty simple this year. I'm just going to put it like that. And then I'm going to take the clock and just kind of place it next to it like that. Since I don't have enough decor, I'm decided to go ahead and add these cute bunnies to each side of it, just because I want to fill it up with, again, and not having to go buy anything. And it's just a little bare for me, so I'm going to add these cute bunnies here, and we're going to keep it just like that. So now I'm ready to decorate this desk. This desk was actually my grandparents' desk, and I treasure it so much. So I am going to go ahead and take all of this off. I might reuse it someplace else, but for now, and give everything a good wipe down. Now that everything's wiped down, I'm ready to decorate the top of this. So these were actually 75% off of At Home. It was after a Thanksgiving sale, but I thought they would go really pretty here. So I'm just gonna, I have these two small shelves. So I'm just gonna place one on each shelf. So the next thing I wanna add is this really cute tin. It has Home Sweet Home. I bought this from Hobby Lobby. It was a couple of years ago. I love the little wooden handle it has, and I like to put floral arrangements inside of it. So I'm just gonna add that in the center. And then I'm just gonna take this stem that also came from Hobby Lobby. I just like the simple white flowers on the tips and the green color it has. So I'm gonna add that to the center. And then I have these two little picks that I usually tuck inside of it just to bring in a little bit more white. And then I can keep it like this, but I wanna move this over a little bit. I want to add this back. I made this last year, I think for my spring decor, and I just simply made it by rolling up some scrap paper that a friend of mine gave me and tying it into a little bow with just some jute rope. I'm just going to lay it on the side like this. So I have this cute side table that I also repurposed. It was my grandparents'. It was like a kind of like a brownish orange color, and I did the oven cleaner method. I mention that all the time. I love that method to age a piece, and I absolutely love how this turned out. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the bunny, of course, and the eggs. I'm just gonna wipe everything down and decorate it back up for spring. So I kind of wanted to back it up and show you guys this. If this is your first time visiting my channel, this lamp actually was picked up at a garage sale, and I just tucked a basket in it last spring, and I decided to keep it all year long, again, to decorate it. So I just tucked some moss. I'm just going to stick the moss back up. And I'm just going to tuck the moss back up so that you can see it. I was thinking maybe of adding some greenery in there, so we'll see how that looks, and if not, I'm fine with just the moss. I'm kind of liking that, so I think I'm going to keep it, and then just kind of take the moss and kind of hide the stems on it. Down the center. Yeah, I like that. It's pretty. Then I'm going to add back this beautiful bird book that I thrifted at the old antique schoolhouse. I'll pop the video right here of that shopping trip, and I just want to place it back right here. And then I had this little tin. It actually had some bunny ears. It was from Hobby Lobby. So don't forget when you're shopping to just if you can tweak something and reuse it over and over, that is one of my tips that I like to do. Like I said, it just had some styrofoam with some bunny ears, and I think maybe even like a little ball sphere. And I just took it out and I just get to reuse it. I can use this well into the summertime. So that's another tip and trick. So now I'm just going to tuck the same stems that I had in there earlier back inside. And then I have this cute little duck that I'm going to go ahead and tuck on the side right there. So I'm thinking of putting back this bird now that I have this on this side. I think I'm going to just tuck it back right there. I think what I'm going to do is switch these two. I'm going to put this bird here on the bird book and then put the little duck inside of there. That makes more sense. So this is our fireplace mantle in the bedroom, and I like to decorate it. I am thinking of just tweaking a few things that still goes really well for spring. I'm going to go ahead and keep the garlands out. I have this cute basket with the bunny ears. I can most certainly hide it and just keep the basket like this, which I may do this somewhere else, and put some like a watering can or something else here. So I'm just going to try a few things and see what we like. So I could keep that just like that and just hide the bunny ears. So I have this cute watering. I'm going to put this here. And then I just have two more of these little stems that I'm just going to tuck inside of it. Just keeping it simple. Again, using what I have. And then I have this lavender lantern. Oops, I dropped a bird. So this beautiful picture came from Michael's, and then I bought these two candle holders from a friend of mine's boutique that's called the Roundabout Resale, and I just took these white candles in them. I will also link these candles. They're some of my favorite LED candles, but I think I'm just going to remove the lavender one, and I'm going to go get that white one and try it here instead. Little white lantern, I'm going to go ahead and just add it here, and then I think I'm going to put the bird on this side. So let me try this. I'm going to go ahead and move this here to the center like that, and then put this and this here and see if I like it better. I think I'm liking that a lot better. What do you guys think? Now we're going to decorate this beautiful piece that was also my grandparents. So I have two sets of grandparents that passed away, and this washstand is the same one that had the antique desk. So, and my other set of grandparents had the table. So I just wanted to clarify that. I'm going to wipe this down, and we're just going to tweak a few things here to prepare it for spring. I'm going to take away the beautiful cross, and I'm thinking of moving this too. I normally just keep these here, so I'm not quite sure. I'm going to bring you a little bit closer so that you can see better. I want to try this in the center and see how this would look. I'll put that in the middle. Just want to try and see. I may hate it, guys. So let me just see how it's going to look. That's how my brain works. And then I don't have the glass in there, so I can tuck this on each side, because I like to take the glass out of the lanterns because it's just too hard to wipe down. Let's see. So I'm liking it so far, and I just think adding an LED candle inside of it will just make the room glow in the evenings, just to help unwind and relax after a long day. So although I love the bottom picture with the lavender stem, not quite matching anymore, I'm gonna take this out and try something down here instead. And then I'm gonna try this down here since it'll hide the bunny ears, and just stick that in the center instead. And I think that's really cute. I'm gonna go ahead and put these two candles on so that you can see how it'll all look together. And then this evening I could come and light the candles, and I just think it'll all be pretty lit up at night with the fireplace going, because it's still kind of chilly here. So we'll take advantage of the cooler evenings still that we have. So in front of the bed, I have this basket and this bench. So I'm gonna definitely remove the bunny pillow. I have this blanket that I'm gonna add back. And just tuck this little pillow back in. And then on the bench, I have this cute basket with some magazines. I have this little floral arrangement that I also bought for 90% off, and just stuck some little flower arrangements inside. So I'll tuck that in here. This beautiful pillow that came from Hobby Lobby, and it's just a lumbar pillow, and I also have this one, so I'm just gonna put those like that. So to tie in the bunnies that I left out, I did want to add this cutie back. He's too cute to pack away right now. He was also bought from the old antique schoolhouse, and I'm just gonna tuck him, I think it's a him, I guess, right there. So if you watch my Easter decorate with me, on this end table, I had this cute bird that I bought from Walmart and this picture and book, and I knew it would transition into spring. And then I'm gonna leave up these two wall plaques that I got from a local Goodwill for spring. So on this side table, I'm gonna keep this box right here. This is where I keep all of our remotes and just all my things that I wanna tuck away. That I don't want seen. And then I have a diffuser, and I'm gonna go ahead and keep the wreath here for spring as well. I'm gonna keep the other wreath on the other side. It'll tie both of those areas in together. And since the sun is setting, we're gonna go ahead and put a diffuser blend, and I'm gonna put the recipe in the description box below, but I'm putting one of my favorite sleep blends that I diffuse at nighttime. So if you've never used a diffuser before, an aromatherapy diffuser, especially for sleep, I highly, highly recommend it. It just helps your body calm down and your nervous system calm down at night. So I'm just gonna fill it up with water or to the fill line. And then I talk about this often, but I make a stock blend, which is a blend where I put all the drops into one bottle, and then I can use that each time that I need to refill my nighttime sleep blend. And I just label it on top. But I'll do another video where I'll walk you step by step on how to make some aromatherapy blends for your home another day. But for now, I'm going to put 6 drops inside the diffuser for tonight. Now I'm ready to decorate the bed. I'm going to go ahead and leave the garland out, and because it matches the one that I put up on the peg rack. And the wreath also came from Hobby Lobby. I have one similar right here that I'm going to hang later in the room to tie it all together. And then I have my sign that says, "In the morning when I rise, give me Jesus." I need that for my faith, just to remind myself. And I have these 10 candle holders that I think I'll put on each side of the dresser, but we'll do that last. Excuse, I put my cleaning rag and I made a big wet spot. Just try to overlook that, please. Just going to put these pillows. Actually, I bought these from At Home, and I love this side of them for summer, but I'm going to turn them around and use this side for spring. So I know this is kind of boring. There's not a lot of color, and believe you me, I love color. I have a lot of color throughout my home. So in this room, I don't mind it being muted. So I'm gonna keep it neutral. This is all I have right now, color-wise. So I'm just gonna add these pretty pillows. These came from Hobby Lobby, and I love the little embellishments that it has. And I think it'll be really pretty just tucked here. And I think this looks good. It's a little boring and bland, but I don't have any pops of color that could go with this room right now. And again, I'm shopping my home, not spending any money. That was my challenge for this spring. So this is how we're going to use it this year. Remember how I said I wanted to use this wreath in another place in the room? I'm gonna put it up here at the top portion of the lattice. I'm going to hang it with some ribbon that I have. This was from Hobby Lobby, and it's just like this light ribbon right here. Hopefully you can see it, because again, it's so dark, but I'm just going to hang it to the center up there. I'm gonna string this through and just attach it somehow to the back part of it. So that was a little tricky to get it looped through the lattice work, but I think that turned out really pretty, and it's gonna tie everything together. Okay, so the last thing we're gonna do is hang up these 10 candle holders. I'm thinking of putting them on each side like this. So I think that'll be really pretty. And we're all done, and we're gonna take a tour around the room. so much for joining me today. And if you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to our Little House on Metairie family. Until next time, friends, bye for now.